Guys, what's going on?
Hey guys, welcome to our channel.
Boy, do I have something special for you guys. We're talking about the Landon and Wizard Liz situation, but specifically from the angle of 7 red flags to watch out for. That way when you guys are dating, you guys can avoid a landmine down the road. But without further ado, let's get straight into it.
The first red flag I want to mention is the fact that he asked her to be his wife, or saying something to the effect of, I think I'm going to marry you, that I love you, within 36 hours of meeting her, y'all.
Hold up. Why is that a red flag? Like, what's wrong with that?
Because that shows that he is rushing into a commitment. He is rushing to say that he loves her so that he can shorten the time frame of courting. He is giving her fast, fake commitments. And
Okay.
that is a red flag.
Okay, and what it seems like you're saying is just because it's within 36 hours, that's a little too fast for them to know each other.
Yes.
Okay. So, but what if it's like, he just felt like, hey, I know from God, like, hey, man, like, God revealed to me, like, you're my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure some of you ladies probably had guys come like that, man. God told me you're going to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? What's to say that's not what it was?
Because I think for a prudent person, if you believe God spoke to you, God don't just speak to you once. I feel like if he spoke something into my heart, I'm going to continuously pray over it. I'm not going to just be like, oh, let's go. Like, I'm going to be like, okay, Lord, please give me clarity. Please show me that this is actually from you. And it has to align with the scriptures. And in Proverbs, the scripture says, desire without knowledge is not good. So you have the desire, but you also want to take the time to get to know the person and really know what you're getting into. Because making a decision without really knowing what you're getting into shows that you're not serious about the decision.
Okay. What's second red flag we got?
I'd say the second red flag is the fact that he's trying to cut corners when it comes to courting her. He just he really love bombs her, buying her all the expensive stuff and trying to just claim her as quickly as possible.
But I mean, what's wrong with that? Like, I'm sure, like, you ladies, y'all like some expensive stuff, you know what I'm saying? Someone showering y'all with that love, with that money love, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with, let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with giving other people gifts, right, courting, taking them to fancy restaurants. I love that, and I do expect that from my husband. But the issue with that is usually people just do that in a really fast pace so that they can get to the point that they don't have to do that anymore. So then they'd be like, okay, we're in a relationship now we can just stay home every day. Now we don't have to go out, we don't have to do all of that stuff. They want to get it done as quickly as possible, because while we're courting, we're dating, he's putting in the work, y'all. He's calling me every single day. We FaceTime, we talk every single day for hours and hours. He took me out on dates. We do a lot of things together, and that's a lot of effort that a lot of people is trying to kind of cut the corners with the efforts so they can get into a relationship and get everything that they want from a relationship. If that makes sense.
And I just want to add, just because they're doing that, they are actually putting in the work, that you still need to keep your eyes open, right?
Yes.
Just because they passed number 2 does not mean they can't fail some of these other red flags we got coming up.
Yes.
So there we go. I just want to let that be a little disclaimer to be known. Talk to me. So now that we're here, right, as far as courting, you're saying that, hey, if they're putting in the work, that's a green flag. But if they're trying to rush it, that's a red flag. Because there's a certain period of time you would give these ladies for how long someone should be courting them for. How do they know that they're not trying to rush it, that they're actually putting in the work? Because what if there is a person that's buying them all these gifts and that's them putting, how would they know?
Well, I'd say I really can't I really can't say a specific time frame, because every situation is different, and what you do with the time also matters. But I'd say in general, if it happens on the first day, if it happens on the second day, they're telling you that they love you. They're telling you that they want to get into a relationship with you within the first 2 dates. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely too soon. And if they're dating you, courting you for more than 2 months, if you go on 1 date a week and you guys been dating for 2 months, then that's too long. That also shows that this person is not serious about you.
And keep in mind, with these things we're saying, take it with a grain of salt, especially the time frame, because every situation is different. We got married within 6 months. Some people would say that's way too fast. So know what situation you're in, pray, make sure you want that discernment from God, and act accordingly. We're just trying to give y'all tips to avoid a landmine down the road. Take it if you want to, but if you don't take and get a landmine, please don't be hitting us up. We should have taken. Actually, no, do hit us up. Let us know. We'll still try to help y'all out. But is there anything else you have for another red flag?
I think one more thing I do want to mention is the fact that he kind of souped in when she was mentally vulnerable. Like she had just had a breakup, if I remember it correctly, and she was having family issues, having like fights with her sister, and she was talking about that she's lonely, she doesn't have many friends. So she was in a very vulnerable state emotionally, and he saw that and he was like, wow, that's the perfect opportunity for me to come in and, you know, do my thing. And I also know someone in real life, a friend of mine, she was going through something extremely traumatic at the time. And this guy who's been knowing her for many, many years and had never made a move on her, saw the opportunity and swooped in, love bombed her, and, you know, took advantage of the situation. So guys, please be careful.
Watch out. Watch out. And something I want to add to this is patterns. Like what I'll give you guys for the fourth red flag is, if it seems too good to be true, that I would honestly put a red flag on that. And let me explain. So when it comes to this situation, how he was speaking her language, like, ladies, I'm not saying you can't find a man who's into you, a man who you're compatible with, because God definitely has someone out there for you like that. But when it seems like too good to be true, I'm saying when this man is like speaking your language like it was his first language out the womb, ooh, I'll be really careful, because he was out here talking about some like manifesting type stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I feel like I manifested you. He was out there like, oh yeah, you're a perfect woman. Like I'm this is my, you know, what you gonna call it, boy, you know, man, I feel like, man, I was dreaming about you, man. I know, God bless me, I know you were the one I prayed for. I'm telling you, I've been there before, so I'm speaking from experience. When a guy is just hitting you, flattering you with these words in combination with the other things we talked about, huge red flag. Don't get it twisted. There's exceptions to the rules where guys do mean that. But I would say if someone's able to say it so openly, so quickly, after saying I love you in, 36 hours, it's like these things they add up. So I'd say that would definitely be a red flag right there to watch out for. If that is you, number 4, I'm telling you, pray. And if God says something, better jet. Anything you have to say with that one? Now I got number 5 coming up.
Yeah, just be careful with manifestation and any other new age practices. Just be careful with that.
100%. 100%. Y'all speak to God. That's all I'm saying. The video's not about that, right?
Yeah.
So, number 5. This one's coming with patterns as well. They've done it before. Here's what I'm talking about. So, when you look at this situation with Liz, as well as Landon's situation with his other relationships, they do have similarities to where I think Abby was her name, right? And I'm not sure all the things she's saying. I'm not sure how accurate it is. So please, guys, feel free to go ahead and do your research. There's a lot of other videos about this. Watch as well. Get informed. But they were talking about how when she was at a low point, came in to save the day. And from a guy's perspective, I can tell you, there definitely is a thing to where guys, especially like if you guys have girls, if you have friends right now and you're like around you, like they're always there for emotional support, you guys gotta hit me for this one. But I'll be careful of those friends, because there is a chance, not saying it's what it is, but there's a chance, that they're waiting for their opportunity to be that rebound guy. And that is a very real thing. That guy that's gonna be there on the sideline, and when you're low, he comes in to save the day. And I believe that's what Landon did. And we were watching some things about predators in certain situations, like as far as like, murders and like all kinds of stuff like that. And it does seem to be a trend to where they're watching for the victim when their walls are down, when they're low, when they're going through a tough point in their life, just having, like you said, having some issues with a sister, just got through a breakup, I'm not gonna date again. Oh no, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, they didn't just meet each other. Like, he's been knowing her, I think, for a year or so. He had her before on social media. But when this is a guy who's been doing it before, you see similar patterns, and now it's your turn with all the other things we mentioned, I'd be careful. That's a huge red flag, because this man got some game. Maybe about to run that game on you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like, don't think you're too good to have game ran on. Everyone thinks so today, the ones that get played.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
100%.
From experience, for real. Because I used to be a different guy. But I'm telling you, ladies, please have that discernment. Seek God. And when God reveals something to you, don't try to overlook it, because no, God, you don't know what you're talking about. He's God, right? Anything you want to add to this before I go to the next one?
I think nothing in particular for now.
Sounds good. Ladies, another red flag I want to point out to you guys. This is going to be number 6. So with this situation with Wizard Liz and Landon, right? There's something you can look at, and I feel like his mannerisms, right? The body language. If you guys go back and watch the video, there was a lot of interesting body language, if I might say.
Yeah.
Like in some of the ways of like just how he kind of carried himself, you know what I'm saying? And here's what I mean. don't put down your God-given discernment. When you feel like you kind of pick up a certain energy from someone, I would step into that energy. And I'm not trying to reach this out too much, but this is for people who are walking with God or people who know the Lord, because you will feel something's kind of off. And when I was watching it, like when Howard was talking, like, oh yeah, I just knew you were the one. It was just the energy, like, yeah, I just knew you were the one. I just, I felt like someone was kind of stinking in the room, man. It was like, it was giving up that smelly vibe. I was like, I'm smelling a something boy, if you know what I'm saying. Insert the blank. I'm smelling you know what I'm saying? I'm smelling a talented something boy. Like, it's like, yeah, I know I manifested you, yeah, I was just praying to God, and I was wanting to be the perfect woman the perfect man for you, the perfect woman. Like, guys, when someone keeps on saying perfect, like, I think that's another red flag. Like, seriously, like, I think there's a huge difference, and I'm skipping. So that was the other red flag, right? The next red flag is, like, I think that's actually number 7, if I'm not mistaken. But if someone keeps on saying perfect, especially a guy, if I would be super cautious. And here's what I'm talking about, right? I truly believe that women, right, like in my experience, like dating and stuff, they can be the ones that are like, yeah, I want to be the perfect wife, but guys, like, they'll be like, I want to be the best husband. They might say perfect, but every other sentence, like, yeah, I want to be like the perfect this, the perfect that, the perfect this, the perfect that. Like it seemed like a lot of perfect was coming out of his mouth, and I'm like, bro, I feel like if anything, that typically guys, they won't be the ones to say that as much. Keep it in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. Maybe your man is Mr. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us.
I remember the Q&A video in the beginning. He was like, oh, just so you guys know that every relationship is not perfect. So his word is saying, oh, it's not perfect. But then later on, his actions. That's interesting. Oh, I want to be perfect. This perfect that. So like his words say, hey, it's not perfect. But then he keep like his action. He keep mentioning the word perfect. So his words and his actions are not aligned. That's also another red flag, a bonus point. That's good. And ladies, keep in mind that when perfection is the scale, you're bound to fail. Like, I'm being a buck, especially when it's time about marriage. Woo! So many things we thought we never do came out in this marriage. So someone's off here perfection, like, if they just have that as where they're coming from. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to be the best you can be, but wanting to be perfect for someone. I'm not saying that no one says that, but just something to keep in mind, something to be cautious of, especially with those contradictions, because there was only one perfect man that walked this earth, and he was hung on a cross. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it in a book. So y'all just keep that in mind. And ladies, please, if all of these things are the man you're with, I'm not saying lean a man, but I'm not saying don't lean a man. I'm saying pray, see what God puts in your heart and move with that discernment. Be bold, because right, the bold is a lion. And just don't be afraid, because I'm telling y'all, sometimes you'll ignore your discernment. I've done it before, and you'll stay in a wrong relationship for too long. And I hope you don't end up with babies with that man. And if you have, hopefully you don't do it again. It's a cycle that can repeat itself. When you're vulnerable and someone's swooping in like the knight in shining armor, watch out. Watch out. Anything else you have to say to you, ladies? Just please pray and make sure that if God speaks to you about something, make sure that you go into the Word and make sure that it aligns with scriptures. I'm sorry. I said we were good. I'm sorry. I was like, oh my God, one more. Huge red flag. Huge red flag. If that man be playing with God's name, if that man be saying God for everything, bro. I was watching some of this guy's older videos. I'm not the one to judge. It's not my place. But just saying from what I'm seeing, it seemed like everything was God. Oh yeah, God, God did it, God. And then the actions didn't follow what was being talked about. If you felt like God bless you with this lady, bro, you saw the messages. Acts like it. If it is God. Like, here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying man can't be getting thirsty, man don't deal with lust. You even saw David. Don't get it twisted. But my thing is, it wasn't like a one-time thing. Bro, he was really going after that girl that was one of Liz's fans or something. He was going in. Yeah. I'm saying, like, she was like, aren't you married with Liz? Nah, it's fake. Send me a picture of the ring. Nah, that's nothing. Multiple attempts, that's diabolical. It wasn't I slipped up, oh my goodness, I didn't know what happened. No, this is planned. This is repeatedly going after it. And if you're gonna do that to the girl that you say, oh God, reveal me to me, you're the one, like, be careful. Because if that can happen, I feel like anything can happen. If that man believe in the Lord, or he say he believe in the Lord, and he can say that. And like I said, I don't know what's walk through the Lord, so I'm not trying to come from that angle. But I'm just saying, when I'm looking at it from the outside, I'm like, okay, so if you saying Lord this, God that, and then you gonna act with this what God gave you, I'm not saying you don't slip up, but I'm saying like you texting this girl, and imagine that girl like actually responded. You think you're gonna pull up on that girl? That was the plan. If she accepted. Well, she's pregnant with your baby. 4 months. And like I'm saying, not trying to judge, but I'm saying, ladies, be careful if someone's saying God this, God that, and they willing to just say God so quickly, and then the actions don't match. Be very cautious, because don't mean they don't believe in God, but maybe they believe what they say in a moment and switches up the next moment. Well, I mean, if your actions don't align with what you say you believe, do you really believe it?
There we go, ladies. So that's all for now, folks. Anything else you have to say?
That's it. Just please move with the discernment, pray, and make sure that everything aligns with God's word.
And of course, you got to move with faith, but please keep that discernment while you're moving with faith. So y'all stay blessed. Y'all take it easy. Peace.